Once upon a time, the Tsar had 3 sons. The 3 princes are all very handsome. They are also very good at riding horses, hunting, especially archery. No matter how high the bird flies, they can still hit it. One day, the Tsar called his 3 children and said, "Children, dear, now I am number 39. Am old, my children have grown up. I really want to find wives for my children. Father, who do you want us to marry?" The 3 children asked, "Children, each of you should take an arrow, go to the meadow and shoot the arrow. Wherever the arrow falls, you should go there to find your wife," Tsar said. Listen to what his father said. 3 princes holding bows and arrows walked to the meadow. The eldest prince shot an arrow that fell to the east and married the daughter of a noble family. The second prince shot an arrow south and married a merchant and number 39's daughter. The youngest prince had to shoot an arrow to the west, because the north was their royal palace, but as soon as the arrow was shot, he didn't and #39 know where it was going. He searched and searched but could n and #39 find it. Finally, the youngest prince found the arrow in a lagoon, but the strange thing was that a green one was holding his arrow tightly in its mouth. There was no other way, the youngest prince had to carry the frog back home. The Tsar was very happy to see that. He did not expect the princes to find wives so quickly. He called his children and said, "I want to see which of your 3 wives is good at sewing and embroidery. Tell your wife and children to each bring me a shirt tomorrow." After hearing this, the eldest prince and second prince happily went home. Only the youngest prince was sad. As soon as the youngest prince entered the house, the green frog jumped out and asked, "And Quat, why are you so sad?" And Quat, "My father told each daughter-in-law to make him a shirt, every day. Bring it tomorrow. But if she doesn't and #39 even have an arm, how lucky is that?" The youngest prince said sadly. The green frog said, "You can sleep peacefully. Tomorrow I will give you the shirt to bring to the palace." The youngest prince thought that the green frog was boasting, so he did not pay attention and went up bed to sleep in. At night, the green frog jumped out the door, took off its frog skin, and transformed into a beautiful girl. She clapped her hands and said, "Nurse, before dawn, please prepare a beautiful shirt for me." That morning, the youngest prince woke up. A shirt embroidered with delicate patterns had been folded neatly placed on the table. He happily took it and brought it to the Tsar. At this time, the Tsar was looking at the shirt the eldest prince brought. He just looked at it and said, "This dark-colored shirt can only be worn in a dark room." After that, he looked at the shirt the second prince brought and said, "This dirty shirt can only be worn in the kitchen." Finally, when he saw the shirt brought by the youngest prince, the Tsar immediately praised, "The shirt is so beautiful, I can wear it on holidays." Not long after, the Tsar called the 3 princes again. Came and said, "Tell your wives to make me a toast and bring it tomorrow. I want to know who will be the best cook among your wives." The eldest prince and the second prince were happy. Back home. Only the youngest prince worriedly went home and talked about this with the green frog and number 39's wife. The green frog said, "And Quat, Don and number 39 be sad anymore. Let me handle this matter myself." And Quat. This time, the 2 sisters-in-law sent a lady. He came to see how green frogs bake cakes. The green frog guessed their intention, so he intentionally mixed the powder, then poured the powder into the stove and closed the stove. Seeing this, the old woman quickly ran back to report to her 2 sisters-in-law. Therefore, they made cakes according to the green frog and number 39's method. When the old woman left, the green frog immediately jumped out the door, shed its frog skin and turned into a beautiful girl. She clapped her hands and said, "Nurse, before dawn, please bake me a bread that is both fragrant and soft." The next day, the youngest prince woke up and saw a large bread on the table. He was very happy and quickly brought the bread to give to the Tsar. At that time, the Tsar was angry because he saw the black bread brought by the 2 princes, so he ordered it all thrown away. When the youngest prince brought the bread, the Tsar happily said, "That and number 39's right, this is a holiday dish." After that, the Tsar told the 3 princes to bring his wife to the banquet tomorrow. The youngest prince sadly returned home. The green frog jumped out again and asked, "Is the bread not delicious?" The youngest prince smiled sadly and said, "The bread is very delicious. But father told us to bring our wives to the banquet tomorrow. She is just a green frog, how can she participate in the banquet?" The green frog said, "Dawn and number 39's be sad anymore. Go first tomorrow, fall asleep a little late. When you hear thunder, you should say, 'And quat. My beloved green frog wife sitting in the small box has arrived.' And quat. The next evening, the banquet begins. Both brothers brought their beautiful wives to the party. Only the youngest prince went alone. Everyone laughed at him and asked, "Why Dawn and number 39's you take your wife with you?" The youngest prince had to pretend not to hear anything. When everyone started to eat and drink, suddenly there was a loud sound of thunder from outside. Everyone was scared, thinking it was about to rain heavily. The youngest prince hurriedly said, "My beloved green frog wife sitting in a small box has arrived." At that moment, a 4-wheeled golden carriage driven by 6 frogs appeared. The white horse came running and stopped in front of the palace gate. Stepping down from the car is. She wore a gorgeous gown and a sparkling glass crown. Everyone looked at her in bewilderment, until she walked next to the youngest prince. Then they realized that she was the youngest prince and number 39's wife. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.